All right. How are we doing? Is this working? Are we live? Are we on the internet? Hey, everybody. I think this is working. And I think this is working exceptionally well. Yeah, oh boy, it's been a while. It has definitely been a while. Yeah, I've been away for a while. We've done some renovations to our house. We got new floorings done in our whole apartment in November, which is the main reason why I haven't been doing a lot in the last months. So we've been doing new floorings in November. So we basically moved all of our furniture out of the apartment, moved to friends for a week, packed our cats, everything, had the work done, moved back into the apartment after all the work had been finished, and then basically set up our furnishings and everything back up again. And yeah, that took us a while. I also had some new hardware and equipment done in my study and my office space, so that got delayed due to Black Friday, so I didn't have a desk for like a couple of weeks. Then Christmas came, everybody was busy over Christmas, and now for some reason it's the end of January, and I thought like, damn, I gotta get back into streaming. What is going on? This is not good. So I realized that Eternal Strands was dropping today, and I meant to check it out. And I thought that would be a good idea to test my current streaming setup. I don't know how it is. I don't know how my audio is, so you gotta tell me. It was a lot of work. Fun fact, I got story time. So I got my stream, my Steam recap. What's it called? My Steam Wrapped, whatever that is called. Basically, the end of year review from Steam. I got that a couple of days before Christmas. I think it was released for everybody, right? And I was super excited to see my Steam recap and see, well, what have I been playing? The whole wrapped social media attention grabbing thing. So I looked at my Steam recap, and I realized that I had been playing video games in December for basically a couple of minutes, like literally like 50 minutes to 90 minutes, something like that. It was basically just me downloading something casual on the Steam Deck at some point. It wasn't even Balatro. I haven't played Balatro yet. It was Trick something. I don't remember what it's called, but it's a great game and you should look into it. And I hadn't been able to play any video games in December whatsoever. So I had this Steam recap, which basically was a review of hours and hours on end of video games until then November hit. We had the works, December hit, and I hadn't played at all during the course of November and December. So yeah, it took me a while to get back into gaming. In January, I played some Final Fantasy XIV. I finished Heavensward. But then this week, when I thought about like starting something, some game on the stream, I thought, maybe let's not do Final Fantasy XIV. Let's do something different. And so I downloaded the demo of Eternal Strands yesterday. I had a quick look at it, like for 1 hour. And then I said, yeah, let's buy it and play it on stream and see how it goes. So that's what we did. I like that you like the audio. That's great, Anna. Hopefully this has been... I hope that this has been an improvement in audio, honestly. yeah, I've been playing around a little bit with upgrading my audio and video setup, and hopefully I can do a little bit more this year. I still don't know if that's going to be possible because, you know, life and work and all that stuff, but it's definitely been planned. So hopefully we can do that. Right. A lot. So, question is, do you want to go into gaming? As I've said, I've played a couple of minutes yesterday. It's super warm in here, so I'm gonna take my jacket off. But I thought we're gonna start from the very beginning because there are some introductions, there's some nice like cutscenes, and I like the style of them a lot. I think the visuals are pretty great, and I love the character design. So I wouldn't want you to miss that. And this is why we're just gonna start a new game, and then take it from there, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna overwrite. Oh, okay. So apparently this game has only one save game. I didn't know, but it's asking me to overwrite my current save because I have a save from the demo yesterday. And apparently there's only one save. So yeah, we're gonna overwrite it. And maximum health is reduced. Vitality tonics restore half as much health. Maximum health is higher. Vitality tonics are refilled when Bryn is rescued after defeat. Bryn's maximum health is normal. All right. Why not? Why not be normal for once? Let me know what you think of the game audio. I think it's okay. I tested it earlier, but it has a beautiful color scheme. I love the visuals. Damn, I'm not 100% sure if I like the gameplay, but we're gonna get into it. When Weavers born in the next era ask what we were willing to risk wrangling these capricious lands into hearth and home.
Was once the heart of magical development and trade for practitioners of magic all across the Maida Basin. Not all weavers claimed it as their home, but those that did built a legacy of progress, constructs, and innovation. The likes of which have not been seen since the Surge, almost half a century ago, when a cascade of arcane disasters racked the Maida, and without warning, the Enclave sealed itself away behind a magical wall known as the Veil. Rich and powerful leaders were wounded and killed. Decades of war broke out. Every nation suffered an economic collapse. The world is calmer now, but magic has been shunned, taking the blame for decades of unrest. Weavers remain pariahs to this day. Most places tolerate us if we don't stay too long. While some weavers remember what it was like before the Surge, I've never known a time when weavers had a home. I chose this life years ago, but I'd be lying if I said it has lived up to all I hoped it would be. Still, my luck might be changing. A few weeks ago, I began traveling with a new weaver band. Now, they've brought me here, where it all began.
I mean, we love ourselves some quirky character design, right?
Bryn, over here.
I mean, look at these colors.
What do you think?
So there's different two things. There's different visual styles for the cutscenes, which are in that anime quirky kind of visuals, right? Which might also have been like a financial decision. Then you have the dialogue screens, which have this hand drawn kind of visualization, and then you have the in-game graphics, which I think to me are the least attractive and the most lacking, because of course they need to basically also perform, but I like them a lot. I love the character designs. The character designs have character, and so far I think all the dialogue is voiced, which for me is great, because otherwise I tend to skip dialogue options. I'm just lazy like that. I can't read dialogue options. My brain doesn't compute.
When you told me that joining your band meant I'd see the veil, I wasn't picturing this.
No one's been this close in years. The base is shrouded in tangles. Weavers have known about this safe zone in the Veil's shadow for decades, but no one has found a route into it. Until now. You have no idea what I had to do to puzzle out this passage.
I definitely want to hear that story later.
My hope is that we're going to find artifacts from the Enclave itself deeper into the shadow.
Okay.
I'll stay to oversee the camp setup. Why don't you take the preliminary scouting expedition?
Okay.
Really?
Don't mind if I do.
Of course. It's important for the other weavers to see how you do in the field. The map I bartered for in Tarza suggests there's a watchtower deeper into the valley. Shouldn't be too far from where we are.
That's my first landmark, then?
Yes. It should help us get our bearings before we start the search for the Strand Road. And if you make any discoveries, that will endear you to the band.
For sure. I'd love to find my footing with the rest of them.
Okay. So we're new to the group, right?
I'll act as the watcher on the scry and pull you back if anything gets too dangerous. Just steer clear of the tangles. Any questions before you head out?
Sure. Let's ask some questions. Question hubs, like below, will loop back to ask more questions. The top option continues with the dialogue. Already heard options will gray out. She mentioned the Strand Road. Ask what it is.
The Strand Road?
A famous trade route into the Enclave that led straight to Denevron. The hub for bartering magical goods. Before the Surge, caravans used the Strand Road to enter and exit the Enclave with their goods. It's been completely submerged by tangles, unfortunately. Still, if we can get any closer to that passage, we will find rare artifacts lost in the Surge.
Okay. So it seems like we're a group of weavers. Magic weavers, I'd assume, right? And we're looking for lost artifacts. And I assume we're just bartering them. So I think we're doing this for profit, right? Not for knowledge or anything like that. So we're basically adventurers. This might be a little strange, but ask her to explain the scry. Yeah, please explain the scry. I should know about the scry, but maybe it'll be good to just remind me, you know?
I know the scry is a standard device across Weaver bands.
Of course it is.
But my previous leader, Aaron, didn't really make use of ours.
He sent you on expeditions without it?
That seems careless, even dangerous, right?
I mean, I wore the earpiece, but he didn't exactly stay close to the table at the camp while I was out.
Okay.
That's incredibly dangerous. I'm surprised you're still alive.
Yeah. Anyway, mind explaining how it works in your Weaver band?
When you go on an expedition, you'll wear the earpiece, which allows me to communicate with you and give directions from the scry table. At the table, everyone will be able to watch your expedition and communicate with you as needed.
This is a super nice idea because we have like a group of adventurers, but there's one person basically taking the lead while everybody else is staying behind in camp and supporting from the scry table, like from the walkie-talkie or whatever. And I love that they found a decent magical explanation for that.
The last, most important function of the scry is that it allows me to use magic to pull you back to camp when your life is in danger.
Right.
I think that's all I needed to know.
That clears up anything I needed to know. I'll head to the watchtower.
Glad to hear it. You can head out then.
All right, let's get acquainted to this. Again, this is the in-game visuals. I don't think they're particularly stunning, but they look nice enough.
Some interference, though.
Must be the tangles. Still, strong enough to pull you out like you practiced. I'm on it.
So what I realized earlier was you can literally attack anything in this game because you can almost interact with anything in this game. So anything you find in this game, and I'm going to show this to you a little bit later, is interactable. I think this is going to be the main gameplay feature. And I'm not sure, maybe also the main thing I kind of struggle with based on how well it's been implemented along the course of the game. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we'll find out. Okay, I can jump, I can run, I can observe.
The veil. Even more impressive up close.
All right.
Thanks. Got visuals back.
The veil shadow is incredible. Never seen anything like it.
I think, by the way, this stuff here, this is the tangle that... Yeah, see, that damages me. So...
Tangles.
Ah.
Beautiful.
And deadly. Give them a wide berth. The closer you get to the veil, the thicker they'll become.
Its shadow is believed to be impenetrable.
Until now.
Until now, okay. Yeah, I think the main problem with interacting with everything is that this could be...
You heard our quartermaster.
Okay.
Break them open.
I think the main problem that I could see with interacting with everything is that depending on how well the controls have been implemented, that might feel clunky or not, right? And I'm just not fully sure yet, but oh, we're gonna find out now. So we're gonna get our press A to jump. We can do that.
Wall is completely frozen.
Ooh. Right, here we go. Weaver's Grasp lifts and moves objects and creatures. A purple aura marks valid targets, while those marked red are too heavy for the current level of the strand. So that means we can level the strand up. To prepare the strand, hold R2 to cast, release R2 to throw it forward. So L2 to prepare the strand. You can see here.
To act strangely this close to the veil.
I can pick this up. Okay, that's just
Infernal alliums.
that's just a tree.
When broken.
Kind of silly.
So if I toss one at the wall, its fire will melt the ice.
Brilliant. Best to use kinetic magic to keep clear of the blast.
And then I can throw that at the wall. Kind of like that. And then I can do it again. Then everything starts burning. And the ice disappears. But again, everything starts burning. So that's kind of a downside, I think. So those are gorgeous, right? I don't think they're lanterns. You can see, can you see? I don't know whether you can see it on stream, but they seem to be slightly moving. I think they're plants, right? So they seem to be sort of organic, sorry, is the word I was looking for. Okay, we can't go through here, but we can now, I think, climb this wall. Also, little confusing. There's no yellow paint on the wall to signal that I can climb it. And I'm not sure if I could just climb anything. It feels like, I mean, there has to be some restrictions, but
Perfect.
Oh, sorry.
The watchtower's relative position establishes the distance to the Strand Road. You can come back to... What is that?
uh-oh.
Coral. There were rumors of a living mineral that grew deep beneath the Enclave's surface. It seems they were true.
There's more of it in that cave. I could take a closer look.
Too risky to deviate from the plan. First outing was just to reach the watchtower.
This is going well. I say we check it out before finishing the expedition.
All right. L to climb in any direction. Okay, the fact that she just starts to climb when I push her towards the wall is a bit... needs a bit getting used to, but ouch. It's gonna be okay, I guess.
Beautiful. I've never seen anything like it.
Dan's right about it being a living mineral. I can feel it humming with magic.
Wait, I'm losing...
Aurea?
That's a big boy. I'm not sure I'm supposed to fight that.
Bring connections back.
I can fight that. That I can fight.
Was that a drake?
Yeah.
Pulling you out.
Need his breath. I knew this was a bad idea.
We can't extract you.
Dom, fix it. And Lane have tonics on standby for her.
Oh boy. Can you see? I hate that the controls keep shifting between the Xbox and the PlayStation layout. I think that's just... That's a bug still. Or it happens when I'm pushing buttons for some reason. Can you see that? That sucks.
Head out of the cave so we can
And
get our bearings.
what I still haven't figured out... What bursts into flames, by the way? What I still haven't figured out is I don't think I can lock onto a target here, which is actually something I like a lot. I think the last game that didn't allow locking onto a target was Ghost of Tsushima. And that was a very deliberate design choice, and I respected it. So let's see if we're gonna have something similar here or not. Okay, so looks like we gotta break this door, right? We gotta get through this door. So first and foremost, this feels like a very looty game. So we gotta break every box that we find. So when I use this telepathic thingamajig, this feels very slow. Right? If I turn, this is... I can't imagine using that in combat. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if it does. I don't know if it does. Options. Gameplay controls. Game difficulty. Show compass. During expeditions, show whether or not to display the compass. Oh, this is off by default. Interesting. Let me just quickly turn that on. Ah, there's a compass at the bottom. Okay. That doesn't do much. I don't feel like the compass is gonna save me. Damage numbers. Helmet. Ew. Ew. Show helmet. Never. Controls. Control scheme visuals. Automatic detection. I think we're gonna just turn automatic detection off and go for dual sense controller for now. In order to deactivate this flickering, because I think the auto detection just isn't working. Enable the lock-on setting. Okay, but it's on. So what does that mean? I can turn it on and off. But this is keyboard and mouse. Aim ranged attack. Controls. Ah, look, there's the control scheme. Aim bow, lock on. But this is R3. So by pushing R3, I should be locking on. There's just no... Maybe there's just no visual representation of that lock on the screen. Or maybe it isn't working currently. Could be both. I'm still not sure I'm supposed to fight that.
It's an ash peak drake.
Quick, your frost magic can cool a path.
All right. What does that mean? Ah, I can change magic here from Weaver's Grasp to the Ice Wall. Ice Wall rapidly freezes water in the air to create chunks of ice. Useful for pinning foes of all sizes or creating ledges or bridges. For distant targets, aim at the furthest point and draw the ice closer. Okay. Can you show me what that looks like? Ah, okay. So she's aiming in the distance and then pulling it towards her. Okay. Should we try that? I think we should try that. Ah, okay. That didn't work. Did that work? No, that kind of sucked. Ah, man, I'm standing in the fire. Okay. 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 That doesn't feel safe.
Good. Darn's still working on the scry, but you need to keep moving.
I am moving.
Anything from the map?
There should be a minor patrol path ahead that loops back to the watchtower.
Okay.
Runs close to the Vale, though.
It's our only option.
Is it? All right.
Aurea, that Drake's acting like...
Let's just focus on getting her back safe.
Okay.
I'll go back to unpacking the armory.
Did that work? Did I? Ha. You see that? Ha. I froze that little buddy. And then just hit him just like that. So if I switch now back to the Weaver's Grasp, I can catch the stone and try to throw it at this buddy here, right? Did I hit him? Did that work?
Nice work. Keep moving.
Honestly, there's a lot going on in combat here. There's a lot going on in combat here. I'm still not 100% convinced I should be using that sword and shield when I can throw ice and magics around, right? Well, let's see. Okay, so I can literally pick up anything and just throw it around. That's definitely impressive. Definitely impressive. Okay. Cutscene. Uh-oh. Oh no. I love when films or video games do that, when you're confronted with a danger.
Erratic flight. Aggressive.
When you're
Won't stop.
confronted with a danger,
What do we do?
and then
We get you back to the caravan fast.
a bigger danger comes along and basically grabs that predator and flies away, and you're realizing that the real danger was even bigger than the one that you initially had seen. What does rotting mean? Does anybody know what rotting means? Is that like, is he horny? Is that what's up? Is he basically in heat, or what does rotting mean? Okay, a lot of potions. Okay, why are you giving me so many potions? I don't need potions. I want like cool crafty shit. Hold L1 and press circle to switch to Bryn's
Clear line of
bow.
fire. Good time to use your bow.
Okay, love it. How do I use my bow? I hold R1 to draw, and then I release R1 to lose the arrow. Oh, and there's a kick for some reason on the... Okay, good. Good for you. Did he die? Or did I just make him angry? Fuck. Great. Now I have him right in front of me. And all I can do is kick. So I like the idea of the bow, but it kind of didn't fully convince me yet that it was an alternative to basically Jean Grey levels of mind power, but sure. Okay, I have a bow. I have a bow. Why not?
If I'm reading the map correctly, following this brook should lead to the path guards used to reach the watchtower prior to the surge.
All right. Another vitality tonic. Can I pick these up at this distance? Let me see. Come on. Come on. Come on, buddies. Let's go. Oh boy, that was so bad for you. So aiming those is kind of, you know? I'm not sure I want to do that in the heat of battle. But, it works. Oh shit, it also sets everything aflame and deals me a lot of damage. Which is kind of... Is it gone now? That's just an afterglow? Can I cut down trees? Yeah, I can cut down trees, but... Oh, I'm also still taking damage from the fire. So I should be moving out of here. And I think... Still need to... throw my... fire fruit... at this target here. Yeah, let's take that potion. And also, I think... Damn, there's boxes here everywhere. There's so much loot. So I was told to expect... a monster wild like hunt and loot and upgrade your equipment like gameplay cycle. Apparently you will be looting a lot of materials that you can then use to upgrade your weapons or equipment.
That trait is never far behind. Just keep going.
In order to then probably hunt bigger stuff, only in a very, very small, limited single-player campaign, which is fine. I mean, we don't always have to spend 200 hours on a game in order to feel like we've accomplished something, right? Okay, that didn't work. Come on. I feel like getting this wall to work is kind of... Because then I'm running out of mana, but... we kind of managed, right?
That's the path.
You're doing
Hey there, how you doing? It looks great, right? It looks absolutely gorgeous. I love the visuals. I absolutely love the character design. Just trying to find out whether I like the gameplay as well.
That can't be an arc.
What's an arc?
I've seen one in almost 50 years, let alone outside the Veil.
The Archons never left the Enclave. Still, you need to get... You've got to hold it off.
What do you mean, fight the Ash Peak Drake? Like, how am I supposed to fight it? This is big. This is a big buddy. I'm not a big buddy. This is supposed to be my tutorial. All right, yeah. Sure, man. Did I freeze his? Haha! I froze his face. Did you see that? Haha! Yeah, that sucks, right? And now I'm hitting you. Ha! It's not bad. That's actually not bad.
What have you got? I'm trying, but she's too close to the veil. The tangles
Too thick. No.
I'm doing it. Look at this. I'm just gonna get thrown off, right? They're gonna... Yeah. Okay. What's Kingdoms of Amalur? I don't know that one. What is happening?
Skies. If this isn't the strangest.
Hang on, Bryn.
Everything okay back there?
Change of plans, everyone! Back up!
You're... What?
We're coming to you, Bryn. Follow that arc. We need to go. Now.
That mist, that's tangles, right? This is what we've just been told is like the deadly stuff that's surrounding the veil. Oh no.
I'm fine. Keep moving. Guys, the arc.
I thought we had lost her for a second. Are we inside the veil now? Oh, I used to love R.A. Salvatore back in my early 90s Forgotten Realms novel reading days, when everybody wanted to be an edgy drow. So I didn't know that existed. I'm definitely going to check it out. Are you saying it's any good? All right, I'll definitely check it out. So I love the character design. It's definitely quirky, right? It's fantasy inspired, but It feels fantasy inspired in a 2025 kind of way, right? And I'm saying this. I'm saying this.
Noticed we're practically sitting on a loom gate.
I'm saying this as a compliment. This feels fantasy inspired in a way that fantasy feels like in 2025 post Critical Role, right? Post D&D hype, where everybody has a favorite edgy tiefling rogue or kind of a hot buff dwarf mommy barbarian or whatever, right? So it feels like this kind of quirky kind of fantasy characters. You know what I mean? I mean, look at Dom. This is exactly what he looks like. He looks like 99% of everyone's tiefling OC that I've seen on Twitter or Blue Sky or Threads or wherever, right? Kind of. And I think I like it. I think I like the overall character design. I don't know how the internet is gonna react to that. It feels very, very diverse or not too classic. And I mean, I know how everybody reacted to the Dragon Age character designs, so not sure. I mean, I love it. I definitely love it. I love Dom. I think the lady next to him with the hammer is definitely cool. We have a kind of moody tiefling looking grumpy lady with two swords, and then on the right we have this bookish person giving twink energy. Yeah. Right? He looks like the bisexual tiefling that everyone plays at least once. This is literally him. So it's not just me that's getting this vibe, right? It's not just me. Good. So we are practically sitting on a loom gate. I have no idea what a loom gate is, but I guess we're going to find out. By the way, this game has been developed, just for your information, if you didn't know. This game has been developed by, or at least by a studio that has been founded by Mike Laidlaw is his name, I think. Laidlaw, who has been working on the first Dragon Age titles. I think the first and the second one. He hasn't been working on the third one. And he founded this studio, and this is their first game title. So this is their first break into doing something new. The studio is called Yellow Brick Games, I think. And the soundtrack, for anybody who's into that, is by Austin Wintory, also a very big name. So those were kind of the main reasons I thought, well, that carries some weight. I have to check this out and see what this is about. And then the character design and the visual design got me, and I thought, maybe I should delve a little deeper into that and see what it does. So we're sitting on a loom gate.
That can wait, Dom.
Okay, Casman, that can wait.
Aurea, you should be resting. If your wing doesn't heal, our point is out of commission.
And of course, one of the characters has a Scottish accent. Can anybody please bring out a D&D party bingo board for this and just check this off the board and tell me when we reached bingo?
That's what I need to address.
So we have bisexual tiefling, we have a Scottish accent. What else?
While my wing recovers, Bryn will take over expeditions as our acting point.
All right.
You sure she's ready for all of this?
Bryn did face down an Ash Peak Drake and lived to tell the tale. I think we're in good hands.
Yes. I have every confidence that she will make a great point.
As long as we don't all die here first.
Oh, we also have him. Okay. Dialogue choices guide Bryn's demeanor and explore different parts of her character. There are no wrong choices. But do they do anything? Like, are they affecting the team's behavior to me? Or what do we have here? The team needs pep talk. The team needs to have faith in me. I inspire them with I think I'm going to offer reassurance. The team is understandably nervous.
Our arrival was rocky, but I will do everything in my power to ensure our survival. If we avoid unnecessary risks, we'll be back on our feet in no time.
All right, that's good.
Glad you're taking this seriously.
Exactly. When we first set out to investigate the Veil's shadow, we had no idea we'd end up here. The Enclave was once a safe haven for all weavers, and the pinnacle of innovation. Since the Veil went up, weavers took the blame for decades of war. Stories that put children to bed preached the evils of our magic.
Okay.
All because of what happened here. We owe it to ourselves and to our brethren across the Maida to find out not just what happened, but why. Maybe then, weavers can find our place in the world again.
It's nice. So we're not just in it for the money. We're also looking to find a place in the world and uncover some knowledge, you know?
But first, survival.
Okay, yeah, that feels very 2025. We're trying to find a place in the world, but first, survival.
Bryn, that's you and me. Find me when you're ready.
Love it.
Adjourned.
So wholesome. So this is the
The scribe.
this is
The
the
whole
scribe.
band gathers around when I'm away from camp. It's nice to have people literally watching my back.
So the whole theme of magic has that overarching, or the topic of magic has this overarching theme of strands and weaving, and the gates are called loom gates, and this scry looks like what do you call that in English? Some sort of weaving device, anyway. Right. Let's interact with some NPCs here.
I wonder how this arc managed to get us through the Veil.
By the looks of it, it was a one-way ticket.
Well, the Enclave built many arcs and other magical constructs. I've never heard of one designed to repel Drake's breath, though.
You think we might find another ark that could help us escape?
Or possibly repair this one? It must be special somehow. As Aurea said, the arcs never left the Enclave, yet this one did.
We know as much as we can from looking at it. Time to start exploring if we want to find answers.
All right. That's good. So this is Dom. We can talk to Dom.
Loom gates must need a massive source of magic to function. Instantaneous transit across hundreds of leagues.
Talk provides optional conversations that react to events. Talk never starts quests or progresses them. Okay, that's nice.
Dom? Hello? Everything okay?
Bryn, you are going to check out the loom gate at some point, right?
I guess.
Yeah, of course. I'll get around to it.
Cool.
Good, good. Why it refuses to function is a mystery we must unravel together. A priority.
Not worried about our survival in an unknown land filled with volatile magic like the others?
I think he's not the kind of nerd who gets flustered by these kind of things. Maybe he got a little too hyper focused on the loom gate for now and forgot about the dangers.
Details. There is so much to discover.
Yeah,
so that
buddy.
will take care of itself. Or Casman will insist it does, at least. So, our acting point. Is your heart racing at the prospect of traversing these lost lands?
Are we nervous? I'm ready to jump into action. I admit to being nervous. I enthuse at the prospect of living the stories. I'm a little nervous, right?
Aurea injuring her wing as we all stumble through the veil isn't how I envisioned starting my career. It's kind of...
A lot?
yeah, to say the least. I don't know. I just thought there would be more time to prepare.
The best adventures rarely have carefully planned beginnings, Bryn of Carnhaven.
Bryn of Carnhaven, all right.
Besides, you're not alone in this. We're all here to help you. After all, your success is our success.
Thanks, Dom.
Aww.
Of course. Now, if you'll excuse me, something else is tugging at my attention.
Loom gates.
Loom gates.
Loom gates. All right. So that's Dom. This is Sola. Oh, I can craft here. Okay, this is great. Crafting. Craft new arms and armor at the smithy. Each design uses a combination of different classes of material. Those materials are divided into slots. He's super cute, I know. The top slot uses the most materials but has the biggest impact on the item's stats. Materials have properties such as weight, resistance to heat, and so on, while also affecting color. Very important. Mix and match materials to create custom gear in both ability and looks. Some quests also require crafting. These live in their own category but work the same. Provide the needed materials and craft the item to advance. Quest materials are only ever used for one recipe. All right, so I have a mundane sword and shield. I can craft this with the resources I have, but I'm missing some carved and woven resources to complete this. Okay, and depending on what I use in terms of resources, I increase some of the stats and decrease others, it looks like. Okay. Okay, interesting. So...
You've been busy.
It's a work in progress. Taking stock and all. We lost a lot of gear running for our lives. Speaking of, are you doing okay?
So nice of her to ask, right? I'm eager to explore. I can't wait. This place is dangerous. Get a sense of how she's feeling.
I'm glad we made it in safely. But no one's really sure why the Enclave sealed itself away.
And you're worried we're in for a rough ride?
I think caution's in order.
I agree. But don't lose sight that we're the first people we know of to make it into this place in decades. You're capable. And this is an opportunity like no other. Oh, and listen. We've got your back, okay? All of us. Right now, we need to focus on getting our feet back under us. And you need to get the lay of the land while we do.
Okay. And this is Sebastian.
Sev, how are you holding up?
Oh, fine. I mean, I'm trapped inside a magic bubble that's filled to the brim with life-threatening creatures. Also, left an entire known world behind, and I'll probably never see remnants of my past life again.
So you're dealing with sarcasm, is that correct? Is that how you're coping?
But, you know, I'm fine.
He's spiraling. Try to look on the bright side. This is getting awkward. Deflect with humor. He's scared. Sympathize with him. Come on. If he's sarcastic, we can sprinkle in a little bit of humor.
Well, good to see you're settling in and totally not catastrophizing.
Oh, sure. It's no big deal. It's not like we lack supplies, and we're completely prepared for whatever awaits us.
Sev.
This apprenticeship is turning into more than I signed up for.
That is completely understandable. We're all reeling.
Yeah. You're probably right. Listen, I should get back to helping Sola.
I was talking with Sola earlier. She is a great listener. Maybe talk to her about how you're feeling too?
I wouldn't want to burden her.
No.
She'd be happy to help.
I'll think about it.
So, who else to talk to? Where was this? There was this bookish person. Yeah, here, that one. Lane.
Lane, you seem lost in thought. Settling in all right?
There was this weird. There was this TTRPG, this JRPG or this RPG with like anime looks that I was interested in a while back, and literally all character names were Greek, and they weren't even Greek names; they were Greek things. Like they just picked up, I wouldn't say random Greek names. They were kind of thematic, but then they just rolled with it and just picked up random Greek names and just named everybody some random Greek thing. And I don't know whether they thought, oh, this fits like our vibe, or whether they thought, oh, this is obscure enough. It's just Greek. Nobody's going to find out. Nobody speaks Greek except for 3.5 million people somewhere in Europe. Let's just use this, and it's going to sound super, super exotic, you know? And to me, that was kind of off-putting, of course. It kind of was, it was not, they didn't name people after, oh, candelabra or, something like that. But it was like, I don't know, some like Greek names for flowers or something like that. It was weird. It was, to me, it was off-putting because I understood it, of course. And I felt like, how would you feel if I did that in your language, you know? And I would just call my characters Taschenlampe or, I don't know, Eisenbahn. That would be kind of weird. I wouldn't do that. So, on the other hand, I think there are some JRPGs that exactly do that with German as well. So, maybe I take that back. It's not just Greek. I think there's some weird usage of German in JRPGs and anime, definitely. Thinking back to Evangelion and stuff, there's some weird German usage kink going on there as well. So forget whatever I said. I think it's a general problem. So, Lane, you seem lost in thought.
Oh, Bryn. Yes, I am. I notice you've been checking in with the others at the camp.
I did.
You did? Are you spying on me?
Or you're flirting with me.
Oh, of course not. It's my vocation to observe. Not just you, everyone.
Can you see how she has these, or they have these sparkles around their face? I've never read Freerun. I need to pick that up. I've been recommended Freerun from a lot of people, but I haven't picked that up yet.
In fact, if you'd like, I can tell you a little about the others. You are newer to our band, after all.
Sure, do so. Ask Lane about themselves as a person. Well, how about ask about myself
Given
first.
that I'm the newest member, how do you think I fit in?
They are a sparkly twink, right? Given that I'm the newest
It
member.
speaks volumes that Oria trusts you with taking over the expeditions this soon.
Can you tell me, is there anything anywhere I can watch Freerun? Is it available somewhere, or do I need to pirate it or watch it on Crunchyroll or something like that?
I would have thought Casmin might take over in this interim period instead of you.
Casmin?
Up until about 6 months before you joined, Oria was training her to become her replacement as point.
Oh,
It was going well. Then, out of nowhere, the training ended, and Oria began searching for a new point.
this is going to affect my relationship with Casmin.
I don't know if it was Oria's decision or Casmin's, but either way, I suppose it's all for the best. You wouldn't be here otherwise.
Casmin hasn't been the most welcoming towards me.
Hmm.
I wonder if she could be upset that I'm the new point.
Knowing Casmin, if she has a problem with you, it won't be long before she confronts you about it.
Casmin is the edgy tiefling with the 2 swords and the Scottish accent.
Ah, great.
The band seems to operate like a tight ship. Ask them, how is it run?
I've travelled with a Weaver band before, but it wasn't quite as functional as this. What makes this one run so smoothly?
The obvious answer is Oria. Not only is she a strong point and leader herself, but her mother is one of the most famous enchantresses of our time. She's grown up surrounded by excellence.
And privilege.
Wow. Still, it sounds like a lot to live up to.
Probably.
If it is, Oria makes it look easy.
You said Oria is the obvious answer to this band's success. Is there a not so obvious answer?
Ah, yes. While Oria runs the field, when it's time for the caravan to move, it's Casmin who takes over. She used to be a quartermaster on the docks of Don Brennig, facilitating relief efforts for the Udean Federation. With the speed she can pack a caravan, it's no wonder that Oria trusts her to take over when it's time to move.
Okay. Magical research is integral to any Weaver band. Ask how it progresses within ours.
Before joining, I knew Oria's band was renowned for its top-notch techniques in weaving. Why do you think that is?
Ah, to keep a point's expedition gear competitive, you need a smith and an enchanter working in perfect harmony. And there's never been a pairing more harmonious than the union of our enchanter, Dam, and our smith, Sola.
Okay.
They are sweet together.
Aww, they're a couple? That's kind of cute. I like them together. I can definitely ship that. I think Dam and Sola I can definitely ship.
Did you know Sola is descended from nobility in the Sansa Empire?
No, I did not.
Shame her family lost their fortune, though I suppose that's why she's so down to earth.
Are both Dam and Sola from Sansa?
No. In fact, Dam hails from Renland, where magic is completely forbidden.
Okay.
I often wonder if Dam's fascination with enchanting would be as obsessive if magic wasn't dogmatically kept from him as a child.
Ask if it's common for this Weaver band to take on apprentices. Sev joined just before me.
Sev is relatively new to the team too. Has Sola taken on smithing apprentices before him?
No, she's never had an apprentice before. I don't know how he came to be her apprentice either. No one seems to.
That's a little odd, isn't it?
Not really. Typically, Ram are very secretive, culturally speaking. Sev may remain an enigma.
I have no idea whether there's any option in romancing NPCs in this game or not. I was thinking about it, whether there's some sort of like social component, whether you can improve your relationship to certain NPCs or romance. From what I've heard, it's just a 20 to 25 hours game, but I don't know if there's romance options. I didn't read anything about it.
I wish he would open up, though. I'd like to learn more about his people.
Lane, Offering insight about the others is nice, but I came here to talk about you.
I bet you did.
Oh, me?
Yeah. Tell me about yourself.
There's not much to know, really. I suppose I'm the typical third child to a second son of a patriarch of a minor mercantile house in Judea.
Typical.
What?
I've enjoyed the experience of growing up in a family embroiled in feuds so long-standing that no living relative can recall inciting incidents firsthand. At a young age, scholastic endeavors became my escape from the familial turmoil until I could finally leave home, and so on and so forth. Nothing but a classical presentation of third child issues in a Judean mercantile family.
Well,
Right. And how are you feeling since we entered the Enclave?
Truthfully, I'm not sure. Nothing's really wrong, but
You sure? Whatever's on your mind, I'm happy to listen.
yesterday, entering the Enclave in our lifetime seemed impossible, yet today, here we are. It strikes me as an opportunity that was profoundly easy to miss. That's all. Anyway, thanks for listening.
of course. Codex compiling is not yet available. So I'm kind of hoping that this is going to be our base of operation and we can sort of kind of like upgrade it as we progress. Or at least make it a little bit more cozy. I don't know. Oh, look, there's a... We can pet him. Of course we can pet him. Look at that. That is so important. Casman. We forgot about Casman. Oh, sorry. Wrong button. Here we go. I can change my equipment here. Equipment management. Gear equipped at Casman's caravan will be the loadout Bryn takes into our expeditions into the Enclave. Loadouts can be changed at any time at base camp, but cannot be swapped while in the field. Okay. So I have a half plate. I have some bracers and greave boots. I have a mundane sword and shield. And I have a mundane bow. So it looks like... Ah, and there's another slot for two-handers here. So that will probably unlock later. Okay. Interesting. What is Casman saying?
Hey, Casman. Recovering from our wild entrance into the Enclave?
Save it, okay? I know I should have been more prepared to move.
Hold on, that's not what I...
If I had been more prepared, we wouldn't be missing half our supplies. With more supplies, I could have done a better job patching up Oria's wing. If I had fixed her wing properly, we wouldn't be in unknown territory with a point who...
She's not taking that so well, right?
Whatever it is, just say it, Kaz.
You're no Oria. I'm sorry. But she has more experience and who knows what's out there.
What I like and experience my team makes up for. Reminder that we're all in this together. She has a point. Admit that I'm scared too. Yeah, I'm scared.
Hey, you're right. This is a first for me. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't terrified.
I am.
But Oria is going to guide me through this. And to start, I'm going to do everything I can to keep us all alive.
That is oddly reassuring. Staying alive is a reasonable first goal.
Right?
It's a great first goal, and one I'm pretty sure I can handle.
I can try to trust you with that.
Thank you, Casman.
That's all I ask.
So I can say, even though they don't fully trust each other, they're kind of nice and sweet with each other, which is nice for a start. That feels good, like wholesome.
So this is a loom gate. It's taller than I expected.
The Enclave constructed these for transit. Imagine being able to travel leagues instantly. If only it were working.
There's no sign of damage. It just seems inert.
Deactivated, perhaps? Or simply lacking the energy such a powerful enchantment would need.
You'd know better than any of us. If we could get it working, though.
Oh, the possibilities. All the places we could go. Oh, to hold the hand of my most darling wife as we whisked around the Enclave. Metaphorically, of course. The Loom Gates famously moved people one at a time. Too dangerous otherwise, I imagine.
They're sweet together, complement their collaboration. There's time for love later. This is getting too lovey-dovey. No, they're sweet together. Come on.
You're cute together. It's great to see a couple that shares such a love of their work with one another.
Yeah.
Who could have it any other way?
After being together for 7 years, we're bound to have something in common.
Okay.
Come, my love. There must be something in the archives.
That's a super, super sweet couple. I can really, really appreciate that. I like them a lot. They're super cute. And I appreciate that. Feels like this camp is quite big, right? There's a lot here that feels kind of unused and spacious right now. So maybe we're gonna expand upon the camp later on. But for now, shall we get on with adventuring? Yep. Blazing a trail. Oh, we can talk to Aurea first. Come on.
I was impressed by how you handled that drake outside the Vale.
A little terrifying, I will admit.
But you kept a cool head and didn't let it get the better of you.
That's true.
Not everyone can do that.
So after all the legends, this is it. The Enclave.
Legends for you, maybe. Some of us trained under weavers who were born here.
Is that because weavers get very old? Or is that because the whole fall of the Enclave was just very recent and is only dating like 1-2 generations back?
Still, it is surreal to see it for myself now. You're going to be out there, exploring. Promise to take it all in for me.
Absolutely. Sympathize with her that she's missing her first expedition. Yeah,
You
absolutely.
must be devastated that your wing is holding you back.
I can't deny that my heart breaks at the prospect of being stuck behind the scry. But knowing I've found the right replacement helps. Besides, this wing won't keep me down for long. I'll be back out there soon enough.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Anyway, enough with the sentimentality. For your first expedition, we need to get the lay of the land. Thankfully, Lane Free has an old map of the Enclave to help us get our bearings.
All right.
It's 60 years old. Pre-Surge. No chance it's accurate, but that's where you come in.
I'll update it as I go.
Exactly. We've made camp in what was once a way station for caravans entering the Enclave. Just below us is Glintwood Hollow, a valley on the outskirts of the Enclave. I've scanned it from the Overlook, and we've got 2 landmarks of note. A second loom gate, and what appears to be a giant statue, possibly an ark.
You can see it from here? Must be massive.
If either is functional, Dom will throw you a party. I'll be with you on the scry. With fewer tangles, we're hoping the connection will be stronger. The path is down by your tent.
I'll head out now.
All right. Let's do some exploring. Okay, there's a softwood. Okay, not sure what that does.
Your tent. Might not be glamorous, but you can rest here when you're not gallivanting on expeditions.
It's perfect.
Don't know about perfect. I could have done a better job if we didn't lose half our supplies when we passed through the Veil.
Seriously, I didn't have anything close to this in Aaron's band. Half the time I was lucky if I didn't sleep on dirt.
Huh, that's unfortunate. I'll leave you to get settled.
Oh. So, what are we doing here in terms of exploring? Glintwood Hollow. That looks interesting. Okay, there's a loom gate. That looks like a weapon. Right. That's the arc. Oh. All right. The Codex stores information about the world and mysteries of the Enclave, uncovered through exploration. Codex fragments represent points of data on a subject. When enough are acquired, Lane can research them to unlock a complete Codex entry. Okay, that's interesting. Do I actually... No, I don't need to save. Okay, that's great. All right.
I've got as clear as a sands of summer, Bryn.
No interference from the Enclave.
None. The connection is much stronger than outside the Veil.
That's reassuring.
Okay, so I can cut down trees to get softwood. Probably also other kinds of wood.
That's the edge of how far I can push the scry. It'd be like in the Veil's shadow all over again.
Okay, so
End of the lifeline, Bryn.
got it. Understood. Sorry. So come on, buddy. Still feels like the sword isn't as powerful as I would like it to be, but we're making it work. I'm still not 100% sure what I need to destroy or not destroy. Is that a place I can reach? Exploration. How does it work? How does it work? Also, I know at least one person who's going to complain about this. This game does not have a minimap. Ice pins foes in place for a time. Control them to reduce pressure during encounters. Okay, this is good to know. I will definitely do that. Still, not having a minimap is definitely a choice, folks. Right? Like there's there's this here. What does toggle attunement mean? General knowledge, common enemies. Okay, I can collect some stuff to reveal things about that map, I assume. Are those these codex pieces that we were talking about, or something else? Interesting. Interesting. Oh,
That's
shit,
as far
shit,
as I
shit,
can
shit,
push
shit.
the scry.
Why is there... We don't want to fall off the map. That'd be just silly, right? So there's a way down here. Can go down here. And then apparently through that tree trunk. But there's also this buddy here, right?
And they're clearly happy we're here.
Okay, and then we can close the distance and
Be used for manual labor. Hostility is
give him a couple of good whacks. And collect some leather. Hardwood. It's also good. Give me a second. No. Just quickly change this. Okay, this tree is apparently just too big to handle. But can I cut it down with my tiny little sword? Okay. Stamina is low. Okay, so stamina is also getting reduced not only when I run, but also when I continuously attack. So I have to make sure that I kind of conserve stamina. This is one of these explodey fruits that we found earlier. So we could pick these up, right? Take them with us. See if we can throw them somewhere. Can we throw them somewhere? We can definitely, but this is gonna set everything on fire. I don't even know if I... Ah, this is nice. Fun fact, it just hovers. If I don't throw it, then it just dissipates and starts hovering there. That's interesting.
Fresh water in walking distance of the campsite.
I'll set up a purifier for it and collect later.
Okay, there's a lot.
Hydra's Brook, aptly named for the spirit of water that flows.
Hydra's Brook. Okay. Okay. So this is the upper path, apparently. Let's take this. Let's see where this leads us. I think this game is going to have a lot of non-linear exploration, right? This feels very... Come on. Yeah, buddy, that sucks, right? Okay. Huh. Huh.
Creatures could be hunted for food. Any of these plants look edible?
Dan will put anything in his mouth if he's curious enough. Whatever he doesn't vomit, we'll eat.
just try not to poison him.
Yeah, Dan will put anything in his mouth. Oh, look, there's an ice cave down there. So if we find some fire fruits somewhere here, then we can definitely melt this, correct?
This must be Hydra's Lake.
But lakes are still. Why name it after the spirit of flowing water?
Oh shit, what is that? Oh shit. Did you see that? You little fraggles. You little fraggles. What is that? Come on, buddy. You nasty little fraggle. Ren's inventory is full. Return to the base camp to safely store all crafting resources or clear space in her bag in the inventory menu. Okay, that was quick. That was super quick. Oh, man. Really? You'd have me go back now? Oh. Alright, let me quickly look. Like this feels... Okay, yeah, this is gonna freeze me, right? This is not gonna be okay. So... in order to explore this, we're gonna have some... we're gonna need to find some fire around here. And then... yeah, there's some fire fruit back here. Can you see them? Like back in the distance. There's a fire fruit. So if we can pick this up, then we can unlock the cave and see what's in there. But no. There's a fruit right here. The problem is that my inventory is full, and that kind of sucks. And Aurea said something about... where did you come from, buddy? Oh, I like this blocking with the shield thing. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I think... okay, this is... this is a bit frustrating. I just started exploring and now I have to backtrack all the way back to the camp to move stuff into my inventory. Foes who die. Where did the fire come from? Yeah. Where did the fire come from? I don't feel too comfortable with that ice magic thingy. It doesn't feel very... very natural, right? Using it. But... anyways, so... we're gonna just quickly travel back to camp. Bad news is there's no fast travel something here. Do these respawn? Do these respawn? I think the problem is I just picked up a lot of different types of materials. And then, I don't know, can I move this? Ah, okay, now whenever I go back to camp, it just sorts that back into my stuff, right? And just quickly checking something. Let me just quickly run to Sola. If I go to craft now, I could use the Akala hide, which gives me weapon power, cold resistance, and heat resistance, or just the rough leather for some heat resistance. And then we could use the cobalt iron to improve weapon power, and yeah, that looks reasonable. Let's do that. Come on. Like so. And then we're just going to use some softwood here. And whatever improves our weapon power most here.
Don't forget to block.
And then we've sort of improved our our weapon and resistances a little bit before moving back out. Kind of grindy. I can see how that could become tedious. I don't really like the... Yeah, they respawn. So literally every time I just move out of camp and then back into the open world, it looks like equipment and monsters are just gonna respawn. Right? You can see this little buddy down here. And it feels very, very... Why did he burst into flames? Do they always do that? No worries. Dinner is super important. Oh, look, there's a... What is that? I missed that. There's a spectacular vista here. While the surge clearly struck the Enclave hard, the maps remain generally accurate. Okay. Code fragments increases Bryn's attunement to locales. All right. Interesting. So it looks like resources respawn when I leave the map and come back to it. Same applies to monsters. So I am kind of able to farm stuff, right? As far as materials are concerned. But of course, any dangers around the map will respawn as well. So I will then have to fight myself through this patch of monsters. I don't know where we're going, honestly. So I think I'm just gonna take the road up here that was leading us to this ice cavern. By the way, I thought it was tedious the way we were switching between sword and bow. But after doing it a couple of times, it feels very... Oh shit, there's another one here. Buddy! I don't appreciate that. There's two of you. Look at you, nasty boys. That's just not appreciated. Ha! But so far, these enemies don't feel too challenging. So I would assume that the real challenge is on this scale is the exploration. And then the real challenge as far as combat is concerned is the other big ones, right? Now I said that, and now they're just teaming up on me. Yeah. Oh, but if you do the block right, this feels so satisfying. Did you see that? So if you time the block right, you will do kind of a parry, and it looks like you're also stunning the boss, which feels very, very satisfying. I think you can definitely just parry. Just basically hold R1 and parry, and this will also feel good. But if you time it correctly, at least that's what I felt right now, this feels super good. Is there a monster here somewhere? Did I hear a monster? Yeah, these buddies here. I forgot about them. Shit. There's another one. There's another one. Where is it? Here you go. You little invisible critter. There's a vexed cambric. Okay, great. This is going to be... It does make this very satisfying thud, right? Like this feels quite cool. Let's try this again. Here, there's a monster right here, right? Come on, buddy. So that was the regular block, but if you do it correctly, then, which I didn't manage right now, if you do it correctly, then you kind of pull off a parry and then also stun the enemy for a little bit. Sorry, I need to switch. Pick up the fire bubble thingy here. That didn't do anything. Ah, I did a little bit of... Okay, love it. Why is there a sword here stuck in the ground? And why does this look like my sword? It's a bit weird, right? So there's a bit more of these fire fruit back here, but there's also more of these fire doggos. Oh, there's also more of these little buddies, which I've also already learned to hate. They're like little fantasy versions of Horizon Zero Dawn's stalkers, if you remember those. I hated those with a passion. Darter hide. That looks like something I'd love to... Come on, doggo. Come here. Okay. So there's another fruit here. Let's pick this up. Ah, shit. That's not what I wanted, folks. Oh, great. Everything is burning. Oh, look, there's a... First and foremost, there's a chest. And there's a... Mycologist's tools. A worn satchel and rusted curved blade once a forage's set. Okay. So do these... Is my inventory already full again? Oh, come on. You have got to be kidding me, right? Oh no, there's a... I heard the sound. Yeah, buddy. Not with me. Not with me. So honestly, this... Oh, there's another one. Oh no, there's two of those buddies. Like those... crossbow arcs. Come on. One here. And then... Did he die all by himself? because of ice, apparently. There's an... Okay, there's the big boy. There's the big boy. Look, I found him.
It is an ark. A great one.
It isn't moving. I'll get a closer look.
Famous, famous, famous last words. When close to a surface, you can also press... Yeah, okay. Triangle to climb. This behavior can be toggled. Is that a good idea? Is that like...
An ark of the stricken earth, I would guess.
Okay.
Any chance you could bring a piece of it back to camp?
Doubt my sword is strong enough.
Too bad. Strange that it's just standing there.
Maybe the second loom gate will tell us more. Enclave constructs are believed to be interconnected in many ways.
He looks gorgeous. I kind of feel like we're going to have to fight him at some point. What is this? Opportunist's Mask. Designs for crafting have a glow-on audio indicator to make them easier to find. I appreciate that. Collect them to unlock new gear for creation with solar. Okay. So where are we now on the map? Oh, we're all the way back here. That... Well, maybe I could just... If I just pressed on to the north, then maybe I would discover the... What is it called? Loom Arc? No, Loom Gate? Probably just to the left here, right? Let's see. Come on. There you go, buddy. Okay. So, honestly, the fact that my inventory is so limited... Coral growth. Like outside the veil, this strange mineral has overgrown the rock. Okay. This is interesting. Sorry, I just need to... Huh. I definitely haven't fully explored this map yet, but just... The fact that my inventory is limiting me just kind of stops me from wanting to explore further. And anyway, I'm just gonna try and push. Yeah, I don't know. There's so much loot here, so I don't know. I don't really know what that's supposed to do. Okay, there's a road down here that I should have taken, I assume. Can I? Okay, this is great. I just fell down. I mean, honestly, it feels like I can unlock additional inventory slots, so it might not be as limiting in the future. And maybe I'm pushing too fast through the maps and therefore collecting too much variety of materials. But I'm not gonna bother about that for now. I'm just gonna move on to Fellas Arch and try to find the Loom Gate in the hope that this will somehow unlock fast travel for us, right? Because that would be kind of cool. That would be very, very nice. We'd like that very much. So I think We're just gonna go there. Oh, this is your... Why are you so fast, buddy? What's going on with you? Where are you going? That was a nice one. Give me a second. You know what? Cobalt iron, red iron. Oh, we're just gonna keep what we have. So this feels like... Give me a second. Yeah, I can grab these. Okay. But there's Opportunist Cuirass here. This is good for collecting equipment. We haven't had an issue with the
This must be the second loom gate.
long discarded staff.
I'll check it out.
Scaled for an arc, still thrumming with magic despite long years of sediment. And then we're just gonna check
Loads of
this
room
out.
on the platform. I could clear it with kinetic magic.
What about the loom gate itself? Is it functional?
No sign of life, but see that cloud of raw magic? It's leaking from the broken pipe near the edge of the platform.
So we have two powerless loom gates and a tangle leaking out of an enclave construction. I wonder if Lane still has that treatise we picked up in Taza.
And he's gone.
Return to base camp using the
Lane found a
shortcut.
shortcut back to our camp for you, and we've got the wisp working.
The wisp?
Watch as wisp. Channel a little magic into your earpiece. I'll redirect it to guide you from the scry to the shortcut.
Okay. Press... all right. So I can press up to conjure a wisp. Aurea will consult with the team and maps to guide it in the general direction of your closest objective. Oh, this is like... remember when I mentioned the combat in Ghost of Tsushima? Right? That felt very deliberate because it didn't have a lock-on system. The game mechanics in Ghost of Tsushima also had these winds that were directing you towards your objective if you were pushing a specific button. So when you were like in open world exploration and you didn't know where to go, you could push a specific button and there were there was this wind rushing through the trees that kind of showed you the general direction of where to go. This feels a little bit like that, but more fantasy-y. So should I clear this up or not? What am I supposed to do here? Just gonna push this stuff around a little bit. Here we go. What is this? Okay, this is just tangles.
With the debris gone, this loom gate doesn't appear to be in poor shape at all. I should see if the others have any ideas for this.
All right. Okay. So let's see if I...
Good. That should take you to the shortcut.
Okay, what's the shortcut? The shortcut is just to jump off the platform? Are you kidding me? How do I reactivate this wisp? Okay. So that's the general direction, right? Kind of feels like I'm gonna break my neck if I'm just gonna jump down here, right? Wouldn't you say? Well, we can do this. Okay. What's the shortcut? I don't... feel like you could do more explanation. Oh, and this wisp apparently has a timer, so you can use it once, and then you can run in the general direction, and then you can use it again. Okay. But okay. Is the shortcut telling me to move through here? Should I be doing that? This sounds like a terrible idea. Okay. I did it. Anyway, there's this little... I hate these. Stalking buddy. But there was a... Did you see that? There was an icon that kind of told me, oh... you can move through there. So I think if we... Just check. Can I just climb? Am I climbing? No. There's no way to go here, right? This looks kind of... Really? Nah. This feels wrong, right? Does this feel right to you? I mean... What is that? Like a... This feels like a very, very... Very difficult bouldering route. I'm confused. Because I really don't feel like this shortcut thingy is doing what it's supposed to do. Or maybe I'm just dumber than I think. No, this is, again, the map ends here. This is it. So where the hell are we going from here? Kind of down, I guess, but not sure I like this kind of down.
That should be it. According to my map, it's a man-made tunnel that grants easy access to the way station.
Okay. Okay. I'm really not sure that was the... That was the way I was supposed to reach that? But you know, who am I to complain? Also, I found something here. Look. Oh, great. Now I've found all this... What's this? Dense Akala fur. Yeah, I need to pick this up. Sorry, but I can't just leave this here. Ceremonial kindling. Material for starting a fire, specially treated to ensure a fearsome blaze. Can I drop some, like, stuff? Yeah, I think I can. We can drop the softwood. That feels like something we would be able to pick up everywhere, I guess. And the same with the... Yeah, with the regular iron. I'm not sure I'm doing myself a favor here, but... Doesn't matter. Let's travel.
Bryn's back. Let's fill her in.
We believe we found a way to activate the Loom Gate in our camp and in Glintwood Hollow.
Okay. I'm gonna muse on what lies beyond them.
With the Loom Gate's active, we could expand our search of the Enclave. Who knows what we might find?
The potential for discovery is
endless.
Agreed. So, how do we repair a loom gate?
I don't know.
What made the Enclave remarkable was not merely their constructs, but their ability to power them. It has long been rumored that beneath our very feet exists an extensive magical network known as the Tapestry.
Because you didn't want to call it the weave, right?
The pipe you found in Glintwood Hollow is proof of its existence. It must be a conduit that directs raw magic to the loom gates as a source of power.
And the tangle that formed around it was a leak.
Precisely. Our theory is that patching the rupture will restore power to the gate.
Thankfully, Seven Lane have a plan for that.
We don't know a lot about arcs, but I dug up some old stories from logs that we inherited from a weaver band that broke apart.
Mm-hmm.
In notes dated before the Surge, this band managed to get one of the enchanters who worked on the arcs riotously drunk and talking.
Apparently, the Arks have a thin carapace between their skin and their armor plates that's nigh immune to magic, and can be separated in segments. A magically resistant material like that would be perfect to seal a rupture in the tapestry.
So I need to cleave this carapace off the arc. There's no way my sword is strong enough.
Come see me and we can make some improvements to Sola's forge. Which, in turn, means...
I could hone your sword so we can cleave the carapace. No problem.
Okay.
We'll talk.
Great foresight in removing the debris from the loom gate's platform. We've got a clear workspace once the patch is forged.
Happy to be one step ahead.
Everyone's got a part to play in this. Let's get to work.
Uh-huh. Bryn records all of her objectives in her journal. To open it, press the button. In the body of the journal entry, Bryn often records additional details about her info. Okay, so reforge the sword and shield, complete treading water. Hard to believe we're on the verge of restoring a loom gate, but here we are. I still can't get over how capable this band of weavers is. However, the plan requires me to cleave carapace, a thin shielding from the inside of the armor plating on the Great Arc in Glintwood Hollow, and my sword isn't quite strong enough to do that. But with Casmin's help, I can make improvements to Sola's forge, who in turn then be able to reforge my sword. Okay, so I'm going to consult with Casmin to learn about improving the base camp. I think there might be a gameplay loop here. Let's find out. What are we doing? After each expedition, time passes as Bryn rests and recovers. Each day is divided into 2 daytime expeditions and 1 nighttime expedition. Every time a new day passes, conditions in the enclave change. Creatures can change locations, and extreme weather conditions may appear for that day. Well, that's an interesting one. All right. So, treading water. What does that do?
Hey, I know we need to fix up the forge, but before we do, I'd like to talk to you about something.
Sure. What's up?
I owe you an apology.
Come on.
What for?
I've been a little cold since you've arrived, and I should have been more welcoming. I was just under a lot of stress with everything that happened.
You mean when we ran for our lives from a death cloud into a lost land?
Yeah, that. And losing supplies, and Aurea getting injured, and then having a point takeover who...
Lacks experience.
At the time, that's what it seemed like. But ever since we arrived, you've been more than proving yourself.
I did, right?
You made finding food and water a top priority. That's when I realized our Weaver Band is in good hands.
Aww.
I underestimated you when I shouldn't have, and Frankly, I was a jerk about it.
It's fine.
It's okay, Cass.
See, it's okay.
No, it's not. I really am sorry. I hope we can have a better relationship moving forward.
Thanks. That means a lot. Let's just start fresh, okay?
I'd love that.
So, what are we talking about? Glad we squared our differences. Offered to help with Sola's forge. Wonder how she's doing now. Ask why she places importance on the role. Lane mentioned she was once training to be point. Worry she's upset that it's me.
You know, when talking to Lane, they mentioned that you actually trained to become a point yourself.
See, I got Lane's pronouns right. Ha!
I was wondering if that had something to do with why we weren't getting along.
Oh, no. Being point just wasn't for me. That's all.
Twinky little non-binary bookworm.
The role of point seemed really serious to you. Can I ask why that is?
Because it is serious. If you screw up, we all die.
Fair enough.
That seems extreme.
Think of it this way. Let's say we're low on food in the desert. If you scout 3 leagues in the wrong direction, we're all 3 leagues further away from food we need to survive.
Right. I guess I see what you mean. Still sounds like an extenuating circumstance, though.
And being the first to enter the Enclave in almost half a century isn't an extenuating circumstance.
Point taken, I suppose.
Wonder how she's doing now.
How are you feeling now that we're starting to get settled?
If this is settled, I'd hate to see us scrambling. I have a hard time letting my guard down when there are so many unknowns. We're still missing supplies and our campsite isn't half what it should be. Can't see myself relaxing and smelling the roses anytime soon.
So, I know Sola mentioned improvements to her forge meant being able to hone my sword.
Yep.
What does that entail exactly?
I have no idea.
Unfortunately, the missing supplies I mentioned.
Alright, so we're gonna get you some supplies.
Is there a way I can help you restock?
Right now, we reserve the materials you bring back for your armors and weapons, because that's the priority. But if there's anything you can spare, I can repurpose them into supplies for our campsite.
Sounds simple enough.
Glad to hear it.
So that means I can salvage resources. Visit Chasm to salvage any excess resources into supplies, a generalized resource. Supplies are used for multiple things over the course of Bryn's adventure, but the earliest use is to restore the band's capabilities through station upgrades. Okay. Huh. Each resource converts into... okay. And depending on the rareness of the resource, it converts into more or less supplies, right? Okay, but let me quickly check with Sola. Okay, so I've gathered some supplies, but it doesn't look like I can... Sorry, I've gathered some weapon designs, I think. But I don't think I can build those yet, right? So let's just follow the quest for now and try and salvage some of these resources. I feel like we have a lot of rough leather. So we can maybe get rid of a little bit of that. How much do we need? 10.
These are a great start. With the supplies we've got already, we could shape up our campsite.
All right.
We lost a lot of stuff when we were running for our lives, and frankly, our setup is only half of what it should be. But we can rebuild.
Good.
What do you have in mind?
Like we discussed, Sola could forge better weapons with improvements to her smithy. Like honing your sword so it can cut through arc armor. Alternatively, Dom could certainly care better for our mantles with new tools for weaving.
Mm-hmm.
And to keep you in fighting form, having Lane's alchemical tools in top form is invaluable. There's no end to the improvements we could make around here. And everyone's lives would be safer for it.
What about you?
Me? Oh, I don't need anything.
Oh, Kaz. Come on.
There must be something.
I mean, would new shelves be nice? Sure. I also have some ideas for your supply pouches. But don't worry about me. I'm fine. Right now, improving Sola's forge is more important.
You, Kaz, have a people-pleasing problem and we're going to fix it. The better prepared our band is, the safer we all are. Assure her this is high priority. Casman can have all the shelves her heart desires. Tell her I'll save the day with organization.
Kaz, don't be shy. If it's shelves you want, it's shells you'll get. We'll organize the crap out of this place in no time.
Damn, hell yeah.
No, I don't need them.
Also gonna make some lists.
I'm fine.
Come on, say it with me. I deserve new shelves.
Oh,
No.
I love this. I am enjoying this a lot.
Yeah, I thought that was a stretch too. Don't worry, we'll make some improvements around here.
We'll definitely do.
Thanks, Bren.
Oh, man. So, Reforged, what's the next? Okay, I can upgrade the forge. Okay, I can upgrade the forge to level 2, and that's gonna allow me to get cooler stuff, right?
Sola is delighted with the improvements to her forge.
All right.
She can refine your sword as soon as you'd like. Great work, Bryn.
Turns out we make a pretty good team. This campsite will be top of the line in no time.
I would totally appreciate a grumpy colleagues lover storyline here. I would absolutely ship that. I'm okay with them just being wholesome friends, you know, and Casman just learning to trust people and also communicating the things that she needs in order to be happy. That would completely be sufficient for me. But if there is a little romance in there, you know, it happens.
Yeah. We're definitely going to need to start directing a water flow to the camp. Maybe even install a fountain in the back. Would help to get a garden going in here too. Fruits, vegetables, medicinal herbs. Oh, that reminds me, we'll need the... What?
We'll need what?
Do you ever take a break? You know, to enjoy a job well done?
Sure. Sometimes. Once there are fewer fires to put out, I'll relax. I swear.
Just try to remember, it's not the end of the world if you take a break.
Oh, kind of.
Someone will step in to help lighten your load.
It doesn't always feel like the others realize how much needs to get done.
Then tell them. Like how you told me we needed supplies. I stepped in to help, didn't I?
You did. I see your point.
The others will do the same.
Maybe. I'd better get back to work, but this was nice.
It was, wasn't it? We did well. Complete honing the edge. So, Sola, what do you have for us?
I knew we'd recover. We always do. Still feels nice to have my core tools back this quickly.
Still a long way to go, but we'll get there.
Speaking of, I've something for you. We've been scavenging around the way station and reclaimed a fair amount of useful materials.
All right.
They're stored away and ready for you. Should be enough to reforge your sword as we discussed.
What kind of improvements, I wonder? Ask for extra details.
What should I expect from a reforged sword?
It depends on the materials we use. Some hold edge better, making your swipes that much more deadly. Others make your gear lighter, or, for something like armor, change the way it handles heat and cold.
Should I reforge or prioritize new gear, I wonder?
What's the key difference between reforging my gear and just making something new?
If you want gear that does something fundamentally different, make something new. For instance, there are fabrics, metals, leathers, and so on that are highly resistant to heat. A suit of armor made of a combination of those would have been incredible against the Drake you faced in the Veil's shadow. If you don't need something additional, and just want to improve what you already have, that's when you reforge. Keeps the clutter down in the caravan.
My sword's the priority, but what else can she reforge?
Can you also reforge armor? Improve my bow?
Sure can. Weapons or armor, we can rework them with different materials as you prefer.
That's all I need to know for now. Let's get started.
Sounds like it's time to make something that can punch through arc armor.
That's the spirit.
So what are we doing here now? Craft, reforge. All of Bryn's gear can be reforged to swap out lower quality material for stronger ones of the same category. The original materials are reclaimed for use as part of the process. New materials will change both the appearance and the stats of your gear. Higher quality materials will have significant impact on Bryn's damage and survivability. Okay, so I have a mundane shield and sword, and I have... Okay, and then I can select this. What am I supposed to use here now? I can't use this. It looks like we can definitely use the Ren-treated hide. I think that would be 464 or the Akala hide. This is almost the same. This increases heat resistance and reduces cold resistance. Kind of same, but different, right? Cold iron, softwood, rough leather. Rough leather. Okay, I can use steel here, which is kind of cool. So I can use steel here. Could use... Oh, there's nothing else than softwood here, right? And then... these woven resources don't do much, honestly. So, I think I'm just gonna use this here and just reforge.
There you go. Not just good as new. Better.
Now that I can cut the carapace free, what's next?
Whenever the band is collaborating on a problem, I'm often the one to create the design, and you'll put it together with me. At least normally they're my designs. Sev actually came up with this one. With carapace and enough metal, I can forge his patch for the leaking conduit.
Any particular metal required?
No, just enough of the same type. Sev and I try to keep our designs flexible, to work with whatever we've got in the caravan. Once you have everything you need, we'll forge the patch here.
Okay. Okay, so we've completed the quest. What kind of confuses me? I can upgrade gear here. Gear can be upgraded to increase its effectiveness. Requires additional units of the same materials. Okay. But that's just basically upgrading what I have. Ah, here we go. Here we go. So, this is the Opportunist's Mask. I could create that if I had enough woven resources, which I currently don't. Then I have two designs here. One is for the Opportunist's Cuirass and my current half plate. This is for the braces. And okay, I'm missing the boots for this set yet, which seems to increase magic. It seems to be a bit lighter than the one I currently have. So yeah, okay, but I can't create that yet or craft that because I'm missing woven resources for that. Okay, can I now upgrade the bow as well? Does that work? Oh, okay, and this is the quest item. I need a couple of forged resources and I need the carapace. And here now we're also able to do some reforging around our bow. I think we're gonna upgrade the bow just because why wouldn't we, right?
I'm proud of this one.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Okay. Seems like there's a lot going on here. Yeah, this will at least give us a little bit of oomph.
Not too heavy, not too light.
Yeah, I'd love to, honestly, I'd love to craft this green outfit. I like that a lot. But I need to gather some additional resources in order to be able to do that. Now, one thing I'm also wondering is there anything else I can do? Lane? No, there's not. So, am I just moving out? Just quickly check my... Okay, this is the camp. So the camp seems to only have one exit, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, I had the... So the good news is upgrading the weapon allows us to destroy chests quicker, which also feels kind of important. Viridian wool. Nice. Some iron. Okay, but I kind of get the gameplay loop now. This feels nice. I could have checked with Casmin whether there was more on in the camp to upgrade. But so for now the gameplay loop feels like upgrade the camp. Oh, there it was. Ah, that was a nice parry. Upgrade the camp. That was not nice. Upgrade the camp in order to be able to forge better equipment. Then forge better equipment. Then defeat bigger foes, right? And then rinse and repeat. Okay, so the shortcut's still here on the map. I can still see it. But there's also pieces of the map I haven't fully explored yet, right? So maybe this is an opportunity. Look, because we can go through here. Oh, there's a map. Oh, and this is basically these entries, these codex entries is what they're referring to when it says here. Ah. Okay, it's basically updating the information on the map based on the amount of these codex items I've collected. Right? Interesting. And that then allows us to gather additional information on the region.
What a beautiful view.
Huh. Huh. Yeah, that looks a bit glitchy. So, but overall, I think the visual style is growing on me. It feels nice. I think I like this particular. No. This particular art style a lot. Definitely. I feel like the combat is growing on me. It took me a while to get used to throwing shit around and interacting with stuff that was available on the map. Still feels kind of, but I can see where this is going. And this, again, we're still gonna unlock 2, 4, 6, 7 different kinds of magic that we can then use to interact with on the map. I've already seen examples of was like short YouTube video of people. I think it was even in a trailer where people were using the ice to basically form a bridge from one place to the other, right? You could do that in order to close gaps. So I think there is quite a lot of exploration still waiting for us in this game. And I think it definitely has a lot of depth when it comes to that. I'm kind of interested to find out how it handles these big boss battles, right? Like the Ark we've met, because I assume that's just gonna be a big boss battle. Will be a terribly missed opportunity if it wasn't. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's 8:45. I'm thinking about trying to how far is that? We're just around the corner, right? So that's something we can still do. Ah, that didn't work. But anyway, let's see if we can reach that arc. And where was it, by the way? I'm bad at this. It was to the east, right? Where the green checkbox was. Ark of the Stricken Earth. I think that is the epic encounter for this map. Let's see if we can. Who are you? No, I don't want to interact with you right now. I am not interested in this interaction. Please go away. Damn, anticipating these parries feels very nice. If you get it right, it's super satisfying. I actually love that. Feels good. Oh, where are you? Who are you, buddy? No. No. No, it's somewhere to the north. So where is that? You know what? Give me a second. I'm just gonna quickly go into the options and turn on the compass. Here it is. This is the buddy, right? This is the big boy.
Sword, hopefully the carapace will come off easy.
We all know what's going to happen, right?
This might take a while.
You'll need to swing harder to cut through armor that thick.
Ominous.
What's happening?
Retrieving the carapace is going to be trickier than we thought.
Are we ready for this? Literally poking the bear.
Is she really ready to fight that thing?
breath. When you're ready, you can climb the arc to attack it from different angles.
I can climb the arc. What are we even talking about? Oh, buddy. This doesn't feel like... Am I climbing it? Jeez Louise. He caught me right in his hands or something. He's crushing me. I love it. Okay. Did I hurt it? Ooh. I hate everything about this. This feels bad. This does not feel very reassuring. But I did some damage, right?
See those discs? Those are holding the armor in place.
Shit. Oh, buddies. What is holding the armor in place? Can somebody please tell me what's holding the armor in place? Because I did some damage when I first tried that, but now it feels like I'm not doing much here. Can I? Look at that. Not so big now, are you?
That's it. Hit the exposed skin with everything you've got.
You seeing that? I'm doing it.
Magic isn't coursing through that patch of skin.
All right, all right, all right. I got it. So we just need to... Okay, okay. So we need to basically... Okay. All right. So we did some damage to these pieces. Come on. Here we go. Ah, shit. Give me my potion. So that also means I need to climb higher, right? I think it's those, yeah, these circles on the armor. You're right. I just need to, need to just find something to throw at it or just climb higher. I'm not 100% sure. Come on. Oh shit!
I was worried we might lose our chance to get the carapace, but you secured it.
Any concerns about using the Archon strand, Dom?
Damn.
Concerns? None. Excitement? Considerable. We should be able to weave that strand into your mantle bring.
Huh. Huh. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else here I can collect? I don't think there is. That was it, right? That felt easier than it felt at the very beginning. So I think once you've basically understood the puzzle that this combat is, it was quite easy to solve it. There wasn't much of a combat challenge. Like, it didn't have enormous amounts of HP, which is something I absolutely appreciate, right? I don't need this to be another Elden Ring or something, right? I'm absolutely fine with that. And then maybe if somebody wants to play this on hard, then this might be a different challenge. But for me, this is absolutely fine. I can see some people complaining about this not being enough of a challenge and maybe being a bit sad about it. but I'm good. I'm fine. That's absolutely okay with me. I think we can just go south here and find that tunnel somewhere. Diplomatic agreement. Let's see where that was. Has to be somewhere. Where was it? There's something here. Oh, it's just loot and stuff. Yeah, we should be able... No. We should be able to travel south here and then just take this tunnel shortcut that we had found earlier. Right through here. And then just backtrack to camp. And... Bob's your uncle. Here we go. And with that, who are we going to talk to? We're going to talk to Dom first. Because we found a weave strand. Mantles. Weavers channel magic through the strands of power woven into mantles. Each mantle can only be attuned to strands of the same family. By harvesting more strands from the wild creatures around the Enclave, Bryn can gain new abilities or increase the power of ones she already has in her mantle. Kinetic powers. Use the harvested strand to unlock new power. Oh, this is good, yes. Fragile ensnaring blast resonance. Ensnaring blast. Okay. Every time a new strand is harvested, Dom creates an artificial strand that resonates with the harvested one, allowing for future study of the magic within. Some quest objectives require a specific quality of resonance to progress. Each strand upgrade in Bryn's mantle increases the resonance quality as well. The qualities in order are fragile, fine, and exquisite. Exquisite. So we can upgrade those. Okay, but now I have a new ability which generates a vortex of raw kinetic energy that draws foes and objects alike into its attractive circle. Pairs well with other abilities and attacks as it gathers foes close together. Nice. Nice. Okay. So that means that now I can... use other kinds of magic. So I think we can now forge the thingy here, right? Sev's Fantabulous Conduit Patch. A patch to seal the broken pipe in the hopes of restoring power to the loom gate. Sev's design.
Perfect.
All right.
You think this patch will fix the leaking pipe?
Yes. And with the debris cleared, why don't you tell Aria we've got everything we need to fix the loom gate?
Me?
Acting or otherwise, major communication should come from the point.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right. So we're going to talk to Aurea, and then we can hopefully fix that loom gate.
The patch is ready, and I've cleared the debris at the loom gate in Glintwood Hollow.
Excellent work, Bryn. Time for you to take a well-earned rest while the band heads into the Hollow.
You sure you don't need me to come?
We've got this, and you need the break.
Oh, okay.
All right, if you say so.
That's kind of nice. I appreciate that. At any time in the camp, Bryn can rest in her tent to advance time. Day will advance to night, and night will advance to the next day. Rest in your tent while the team attempts the loom gate repair. This is kind of nice because I didn't expect... I expected that I had to fix this by myself. But this is nice. I like resting. What happened at night?
Aurea, how's it going?
Bryn, you're awake. We're making progress over here. Careful with that.
Hey, no one came back to camp, did they? Is the rest of the band still with you?
We're all here. And the leak is just about fixed.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. We can travel by Loomgate. Oh, who's that sneaky person? Look, there's a sneaky person.
Hey, wait, I just want to talk.
Interesting.
That was incredible.
Hey, couldn't have done it without you.
Actually, we couldn't have done it without Sev. I didn't expect you to have such a deft hand with magical conduits.
I'm not... I mean... We just got lucky it held.
Oh, come on.
Not to distract from the victory, but something happened while you were gone. I saw something. Well, someone.
A Hearthsider.
What's a Hearthsider?
Maybe. The figure was masked and standing at the edge of the camp. I think they were watching me before they disappeared.
All right.
How friendly.
If there are people still left in the Enclave, we need to find them. They can tell us what happened here.
So are we assuming that there's still people living in the Enclave?
Yes. I was just thinking we should chase down the scary masked figure that likes to watch Bryn sleep.
If you put it that way, Sev, that doesn't sound like a great idea, but sure.
Hey, even asleep, I am a pretty fearsome presence. Seriously, though. We just burst through their veil, defeated their massive arc, and powered up their lost enchantments. Wouldn't you be scared of us if you were an Enclave Weaver?
That's actually not a bad point.
Friendly or hostile, if there are Hearthsiders, we need to find them.
Agreed.
And the good news is, fixing the Loom Gate didn't just give us easier access to Glintwood. It expanded our scry's reach.
Ooh.
Scries are somehow connected to the Enclave's tapestry.
Every scry was built here.
This means you not only have access to the Loom Gate, but you can safely explore further.
Incidentally, our maps indicate that there is a village beyond the Hollow in a large swathe of wetlands known as Dredger's Mire.
Perhaps we'll find our Hearthsider there. Bryn, why don't you brief with Lane before your next expedition?
Sounds good.
After that, it's time to use the Loom Gate.
Ooh.
Why didn't you guys return using it yourselves?
We needed to take a key swatch back to camp in order to connect the two.
That makes sense.
We'll make sure you have a key swatch to connect any other loom gates to this one from now on.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So look, this plan to repurpose Carapace to fix the loom gate's conduit? Pure elegance.
Zev's idea. I only helped him with the design.
You did more than help. You practically finished it.
Okay, codex compiling. Ark of the Stricken Earth. I've assembled my first codex entry. Okay.
Here to brief?
I like to know everything I can before venturing off to a new place.
Just beyond the forested hills of Glintwood Hollow lies the wetlands known as Dredger's Mire. Much like the Hollow, the Enclave prospected many of the raw materials needed for its ambitious constructs and projects from the mire. Oh, it's no coincidence you found the Ark of the Stricken Earth near a collapsed mine. Likely, it was used for the excavation of minerals and metals before the surge. I believe the natural surroundings of the mire were also rich in resources. The Enclave even settled a small village there known as Poldervale.
Which is where I might find that masked figure that was watching me.
Correct.
It's possible. Regardless, do you have any questions before you head out?
The rest of the band seemed mixed on whether chasing the Hearthsider was a good idea.
Some of the others didn't seem so sure we should be trying to track down the masked figure. What do you think?
History demands we find them.
History demands is also an interesting point to make.
If the masked figure truly is a Hearthsider, their stories and what they've lived through in here would be invaluable to our understanding of the Enclave and of the Surge.
Sounds like I'd better find them then.
Wonder how dangerous the mire will be.
Apart from the village, it sounds like this is mostly untamed lands. Any expectation that it will be more dangerous than the Hollow?
I would expect so, yes. We've made camp in a way station that's pretty far from Denevron, and the mire yet even more remote. Everything I've read says the deeper into the outskirts of the Enclave one ventures, the more wild and untamed the lands become.
You're saying my battle with the Great Ark might be looking like child's play soon?
Possibly?
What can you tell me about Poldervale? It seems like it was settled pretty far from their capital.
Indeed. Though, when you take instantaneous travel through loom gates into account, what constitutes a remote village changes. The village was likely settled to facilitate the prospecting of raw materials in the outskirts. Resources farmed here could easily be transported across the Enclave through the use of loom gates.
That's it. Tell them you'll leave soon.
Thanks for the info, Lane. I think I'm ready to head out.
My pleasure. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. I didn't have the biggest role to play in the loom gates repair. I'm not exactly handy with a hammer. But watching the band work gave me an idea for a new alchemical project. Its working name is a loom shard.
A loom shard?
Yes, it's a shard that could draw magic from a loom gate and bring you back to camp safely, wherever you are.
Yes, I would like that. Very much so.
How is this different from Aurea pulling me back with the scry?
Unaided, Aurea can only summon enough magic to bring you back safely, not all the valuables you might have collected on your expedition. Because this shard draws magic from the tapestry, it can bring you back safely with all you've gathered.
Thanks, Lane.
Lane's creation, the Loom Shard, allows Bryn to return to camp from anywhere in the Enclave. It takes time to activate, however, so use with caution. So, what we're going to do is upgrade the camp, explore the remaining... so now I can use the Loom Gate to get to Glintwood Hollow. Explore the remaining maps and build better equipment, and then hopefully battle bigger arcs and in doing so, understand the mystery around the Enclave, I guess. Ah, so now we can also upgrade the whole camp, right? So I assume we're gonna just yeah, we can just spend some resources here. Right, that would be reasonable. Should just create some resources and then be actually able to upgrade our stations. Oh, this costs 20. So Bryn will have 15 slots available in her pack, and the Scry will be able to pull up to 4 resources to safety. So this upgrades my inventory. Lane will be able to prepare Frost Shroud vials. Blah. I need to get to bed. That grant cold resistance, and Flame Shroud vials that will grant heat resistance. Bryn will be able to carry one of each in her belt. Dom will be able to upgrade mantle powers, and Sola will be able to upgrade weapons and armor pieces. I think we're going to upgrade Casmin's station, so we'll have a bigger inventory for now. And then we're just going to take a big break for today, because that was one hell of an adventure until now. Yeah. I think we're done for today, honestly. That was a lot. I think I like this a lot for like the first, what was it? Maybe 3 hours of playthrough. I really like the visuals. I love the character design. I absolutely adore the way the characters interact and communicate with each other. I really like that. That's just absolutely gorgeous. I feel like this feels very wholesome, right? In its overall, in the way the characters communicate with each other, the dialogue feels very wholesomely written, very cute. So I like that quite a lot. That's a lot of fun. I think I've understood the gameplay loop. It's a little bit grindy because you have to collect materials in order to upgrade your camp, in order to then craft better equipment, in order to then explore further and be able to combat bigger enemies. Now, the big enemy for the first region didn't feel quite challenging, I think. Maybe that changes because that was like the tutorial area or whatever, so that might change. But still, from a overall challenge level, this feels pretty casual, which is nice. Absolutely. I don't need challenging games 100% of the time. I think if somebody needs a challenge, then maybe they should crank this up to hard and then see if that provides the challenge they need, or just progress further into the game and see if that provides the challenge. I like it a lot so far. We have 3 hours of play time into the game right now, and I'd love to explore this some more. I'll probably also do it on stream if we can. Maybe over the course of the weekend. I have some time on Saturday, so I might delve a little bit further into it. And yeah, I like that a lot. Thank you very much for taking the time and joining. I hope you had a nice evening. Hope you had a little bit of fun. I'd be interested to hear from everybody what they thought about the game, whether they found it interesting, whether they think this is something they're going to pick up. As far as I'm concerned, this is currently $39.99 on Steam. So it's not super expensive. It's also not super cheap. And if anybody has a PC or an Xbox with Game Pass, I think it's also on Game Pass. So that might be worth checking it out. Personally, I don't do that because I always have FOMO that then it's going to drop off Game Pass before I finish the game. And I hate subscription-based payment models because I forget them and then I just pay $10 billion over the course of 5 years and I feel bad about it. So this is something I tend to avoid doing. But if this is something you're into, then you can definitely do that. So thank you very much for taking the time. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Drop back in when we continue. I'll try to let everybody know. And have a beautiful evening. Have some rest. And thank you very much. And good night. Take care, everybody.